Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, today we're going to learn about C++ member function pointers. Okay, so what member function means that we're going to create some member function, and then we're going to have some pointers which can access those member functions. We can access member functions, by the objects as usual, but we can also access our member function by pointers. So today we're going to learn about how to access our member functions using pointers. So I have created a class, a test class. In its private section we have got two integer variables a and b, and now in the public I'm going to create some member function like void set, which will set my data, and it is taking two values like x and int y. It's taking two variables, very simple. And what you're gonna do in it is initializing my a with the x, okay, and my b is equal to y. That means whatever we pass to this function set, then that will go to the x and y. Then x will be given to the a and y will be given to the b. Very simple. Then we are having another function, say get, which will actually show us the things. So in this I'm having what I'm trying to see out. Okay, I am doing see out my value of a is equal to a, fine, and I will also put here the b is equal to b. So in this function I'm just doing what I am just putting out what is the value of a and b, and in the set I am putting the values in the a and b. This is the common or general set and get functions what we usually have in our C++ class. Now next thing is in the main I have to create, this is the end of the class here. This is the end of the class. Okay, and now the main starts after that. We have a main function. Maybe I will this is going downside, so let me cut it. Now in the main what I'm going to do is I will declare my function pointer, but the function pointer which I will declare should have the same signatures of my member function. So if the member function is returning void and it is taken integer values x and y, so my function pointer should have the same signatures. That means it should have a void, and it should have some name as a function pointer. But my member this function pointer this time it is different than function pointer, normal function pointer, because normal function pointer points to the functions which are not in the class. Here I am having a member functions which are inside the class, so my function pointer is going to point to them. So I have to tell, because I'm outside the class, so I have to tell which class I am dealing with, and that's my test class. Okay, then I have to say asterisk functr and name it as a function pointer, and put this in appearances. This is in the part of the syntax that you have to say, because I'm creating a function pointer, basically a pointer which will point to a member function, but I'm gonna tell it that which class it belongs. So scope resolution operator and the test will tell us which class it is, and also with it I need to tell what that function is taken, because I am telling you the signature should be same. And I'm going to also at the same time initialize it. I can do also on the initialize with the address later on, because this function pointer is going to point now my set function. I can put the address of the set into this function pointer right at this moment. That means I'm going to say ampersand, that means drop the, I'm telling compiler, drop the test colon set function. That means actually I'm trying to do what, my set function should be accessed by some function pointer, a pointer which points to the function. And now this is not any function pointer, this is a function pointer which points to the member function, and that too of the class test. So I need to tell compiler that this function pointer points to the some member function of a test class which has a void as a return type and which has two integer data types, which it takes two integer types. And also I am dropping into this function pointer the address of the set. That means I'm exactly telling compiler that I have in a class test a set function, its address should be dropped in the function pointer, and compiler will complain if the signatures are not same, but we are giving the signatures same, as you could see, void and two integer variables. That is as good as writing what we have written here. Okay, then when we're going to access our member function, if we say, for example, we create first an object of our test class, let it be OB as an object. Okay, now if I want to access ob.set, I can do like ob.set, is it? I can say ob.set. I'm calling the ob set function using the object ob here, and I have to pass two integer variables like 4 and 6. I will give it 4 and 6. I can do same thing using this function pointer now, because function pointer which I'm having is actually as good as saying the set, because set and function pointer are pointing to the same function, they have same address. So how I'm going to do that is I will say in the parentheses, it's important, ob dot, instead of set you can say asterisk fun ptr, means function pointer, this guy. This is as good as saying set, this is same, and you can send the values like anything you like. They're like 3, 5. So these 3, 5 will go into the set function here and initialize the values x and y, and then they will initialize a and b. Getting me? So ob.set is working fine, perfectly fine. Okay, and ob.asterisk fun pointer is exactly the same thing. It is saying like ob.set, because set and function pointer, they have the same address. Only thing is I have to set up a function pointer like this, that it has the declaration of like this, that it should have same signatures of my member function. That is, it is returned type provided in it. Okay, now I could access it in a different way also. For example, I will create another function pointer void test colon means scope is an operator. That means I want to create some another function pointer fun ptr second, and this is also belonging to the class test, and it is having no argument whatsoever. Okay, that means I'm telling compiler that this function pointer second is gonna point to some member function which has a void return type and which takes no arguments, and definitely it is one function like get which has a return type as a void and it takes no values whatsoever. Now we don't have to stop it here, because we need to put the address of the get into this fun pointer. Here I put that address right here at the time of declaration of the function pointer, but here I'm doing the 2 steps. I'm saying like this fun ptr second is equal ampersand, I have to drop what address of the get, but I have to tell what class this get belongs to. So I need scope resolution operator to say that this belongs to test class colon and get. Okay, one more thing, this test T should be caps because it's a class name. By convention it should be caps. I have not put, so you put it yourself. Anyways, now this guy will exactly have, actually what I'm saying is this function period second will exactly have the address of the get. That means where I can use get, I can use the other function pointer. So that means if I want to call the get function, I have to use the object ob.get, and I can do same way object.asterisk fun ptr second. Okay, we have to do dereferencing by the asterisk as I have shown it here. You cannot say ob dot only, you say ob dot asterisk. Fine, good. Now if we run it, but before I have to call the, in the parentheses I say ob object dot asterisk, then I have to say fun ptr second is actually gonna call the get function. Okay, it works exactly the same way. Now here I'm setting the 4.6 AB, then I'm overriding that 3.5, and then I'm calling the get function to tell me what is inside my class. So if I give it a go and run it, let me see what will it run or not, and it's running fine. Okay, but it's not giving any output. That means we are having some issues. It seems I forgot here the parentheses, because this is the fun ptr second like a get, and then I need the parentheses because it is a member function, it is the function call. Now let me run it to see whether this was an error or not, and I'm seeing that it's giving a is equal 3, b is equal 5 perfectly. So what we are doing here is, let's do a quick recap here, that I am creating two member functions like set and get in a test class which has in prior section A and B. Now I want to access set and get. I can create an object of the test like ob, then I can say ob.set and ob.get, no problem whatsoever. But now I am trying to use the function pointers which points to the member function. Okay, and I have to create a syntax like this to tell compiler that this asterisk function pointer basically is a guy which is pointing towards member function of the class test, which has signatures like void and passing int. And I'm also initializing this function pointer with the address of the set, and I have to tell address of the set, but I'm using test this double colon because this set belongs to the test. And I'm creating the object of the test class, and I'm saying ob.test. Okay, this is as good as saying ob.asterisk fun ptr, and I'm setting 3.5. Okay, this is same as because fun ptr and set, they can be used interchangeably, because what set is exactly what the function ptr is. Similarly, I'm creating another function ptr2 which is a pointer, asterisk I'm saying it's a pointer belonging to the class test again, and has a signature like return type is void, and we're passing nothing to it. Then function ptr2, we drop the get address into function ptr2 because we have declared the ptr second, a function member function pointer, but it should, then we have to initialize it with what we want to point it. That means we have to initialize a member function to it, that is get function, and we're again saying test double colon because test double colon means that this get is actually the function of a test class, because we can have many test get functions in many classes. Then we have to unambiguously tell that which class actually this get belongs to, and then we call it ob. You say ob dot get, or you say ob dot asterisk fun ptr second. You differentiate with dot asterisk. Even if it's not, if we have a pointer to the object, like we create here asterisk object ptr, this is my pointer to the object. That means this is the pointer type of the test class test. Like this was an object of the class test, this is a pointer of the class test. That means this pointer can take the address of object. Okay, ampersand object. That means this guy obptr is same as ob. Okay, this obptr is same as ob because what ob has, that address I have put it into the obptr. That means ob's address is obptr. That means obptr is as good as saying ob. Okay, but with little difference, because ob has some address, that address is an obptr, and ob is inside the ob is the address of the class test. The ob is a reference variable. In this variable we have the address of the class test, but the ob itself has an address. That address is an obptr. So obptr is pointing to ob and ob is pointing to the test. So we can access the test and its member functions or data types using obptr by using arrow operator, because obptr is now the pointer. Like here I'm saying ob dot. If I'm using now the obptr, I gotta say obptr arrow asterisk font ptr second. Like for example here I have done 4 and 6, then after that I am saying, should I say font ptr second, because I have not declared font ptr second yet, so I have to say it somewhere here. Like it, I'm saying obptr second, obptr sorry, arrow asterisk font ptr2 in the parents. Where is it going? The mouse is taking some upside. Fun ptr2 in the parentheses, where to put it in the parentheses, and then I am putting it in the, that means the parentheses without arguments. This is as good as get function. This is as good as ob. Okay, this is as good as get function here, and this is the object, and ob or obptr is as good as ob, but I have to use arrow now because obptr is not having the address of the class, rather it has the address of the ob. So it needs some dereferencing. That is the arrow gets the job done. So if I run it, it will give us same output as ob dot here, if you could see it. 1 second. Okay, now look at it. They are giving exactly the same functionalities here. ob dot asterisk font ptr second and obptr, this is the pointer. Only thing is, if there is a pointer now, then we have to use the arrow. And even if I use the get function, if I use the get function here, okay, that will be as good as saying as a ob.get. It's the same, so no difference whatsoever. If you see now, here we go, this is the third one comes in, they're all same. Basically this is ob.get. If we say directly ob.asterisk font ptr, it's again the same. A is equal to 3, B is equal to 5 is displaying me the get function. This is done with the get function of the class test. This is same, this is also same, this is also, all the three are same. Okay, getting me or not? And using the pointer, we can directly access your get function. Means I will add up another one, that I am saying obptr arrow, okay, and then the get, because what I claim is OB_PTR arrow is as good as saying OB. So OB_PTR arrow should work same as my OB. That means if I run this, it should again give the same, call the get function, and using the object pointer now. Now if I run it, I should have 4 things with same value as it is here. Okay, cancel it out, show my DOS window, and here we go. Now 4 people, 4 different ways of doing the same thing. To call, basically they're all calling the get function like this. This one, this get function, this is being called, who is outputting me A and B. You getting me or not? So this was about the member function pointers, and also we did some object pointers, which actually here, which is the object pointer. So if there is something that how to access your member function using the object pointer, you say OB_PTR arrow get or OB_PTR arrow set. Then you don't have to use star here, the default referencing, because if I'm using get, if I'm using the function PTR second, a function pointer, then I have to use dereferencing, because function PTR consists of the address, and this asterisk means value added address. Okay, hope this video is useful, and hope you got a few things into it. If you're not getting what I'm saying, that means you have problems with some pointers, or maybe this maybe the concepts, basic concepts of C++. And here only thing which we have, remember, is if you know the pointers, only thing which we have to know here is the syntax, how to get it done. Okay, that's all for this. Masalama.